Alright, so void grubs are going to be introduced into League of Legends. These are things that are helpful for sieging towers, and there's a maximum of 6 of them. And if you get 5 of them, you start to spawn void grubs on the plane. Now here are the stats if you want to see it, but basically, yeah, these are insane. These are 3 creatures. They're kind of hard if you're not an AoE champion, but if you can get 5, that would mean if you want to deny the enemy from spawning these void grubs that like take 1 or 2 tower shots, then guess what? That's right, you can get these void grubs. But to deny them, you just need to take 2 void grubs. So if you get 1 camp, the other person gets the other one, well, you just get a true damage, which is actually very powerful. If you get like 5 or 6 and you're just hitting a tower, eventually it does like 400 to 500 true damage. It's actually really good. You want to get towers. And should you do this over dragon? It's good for snowballing early game, not as good as Herald, because you know Herald would get like rift like platings, but it's pretty good if you want to. But would you prioritize over dragon? Depends what you want. You want to snowball early game, or do you want to snowball late game, like get the late game with the dragons, right? So I recommend trying to condense both if you can, but I would try and get void mites early if you can. They also have a decent amount of XP, so I recommend doing them if you can. And it's like free, but you don't have to force yourself to doing it if you get like slapped, because they actually are very hard camps to do. Secondly, Rift Herald is back. You can now, it's like a more powerful Rift Herald. The big changes I want to say is that you can drive it into the tower. You can actually drive it into the enemy like a new snowball. It will do about 250 true damage to them. And if you are the one driving it, I think other people can also hop in it with you. It will do a lot of damage to these towers, so make sure you drive it into the tower, and also make sure that you that's right, use it on top or bot tower, because that actually does a lot of damage, like the second one in the bottom one. But also your whole team gets Baron recall for 1 time. Okay, so you get it once. Every champion gets it, or well, at least the people who assisted in killing Herald actually get it. As you can see right there. Then basically the stats on it is like easy to do. Just because it looks different, the stats taking it down is basically the same, so don't worry about that. Driving it is actually fairly hard, and make sure you get into an angle where you can steer it correctly. It's actually harder than Nunu, as well as like Cyanalt. You'll see when you try it. I've tried it many times. Now with blue buff and red buff, after 20 minutes, these buffs, if you take it, they give it to your whole team, so you have to fight for it. Even just the support can get it. So remember, it's after 20 minutes. Thing is though, crest of the blue buff actually only gives 10 ability haste. It used to scale apparently 5, 10, 15, 20, as well as red buff. It's kind of, actually it does kind of scale. Look at this. So instead of it being 5% max health regeneration, the generation is actually 3%, so it got nerfed. You know, the red buff that does damage isn't actually nerfed, so that's good. Secondly, after 20 minutes, if you do kill someone with red buff or blue buff, they won't be transferring the buff, so you won't be having like infinite buffs on everyone, right? That would be a little crazy. Same thing is also happening once you get the buff. Now once the second dragon is slain, these buffs will actually start spawning another duplicate buff, which is pretty cool, up until 20 minutes, then everyone gets it. Secondly, at 20 minutes, the Scuttle starts to make a scrying effect. So that means when you kill it, it'll give vision all over it. So it's like a big scrying orb, and it's a really good objective if you're contesting Dragon or Baron. So if you do get it and your whole team's there, very valuable to see what the enemy's up to. Now, the Baron has 3 forms it comes in this time, and it's random every single game, but honestly, when you're taking Baron as 5 people and the enemy is all dead, it doesn't really matter. But there's going to be 3 forms hunting Baron. Baron calls a pillar of lightning over every nearby enemy. After 0.7 seconds, they begin to strike, delayed by 0.1 second per strike. These deal 15% of the target's current health. Oh my god, actually that's kind of powerful. All seeing Baron. Baron summons Rift towards the 2 furthest enemies. You can see within 2,200 units. These last for 3 seconds and deal 150 magic damage on the first hit and 50 damage for every subsequent hit. So if you're summoning a rift, then maybe you can dodge it and just go in another side. And Baron reaches, and there's the last one, Territorial Baron. Baron reaches out after 1.5 seconds, grabs all enemies in a cone, pulling them 200 units and dealing 75 magic damage to them. But probably the easiest one to take down is Territorial Baron, and then maybe All-Seeing Baron if you can dodge it. But the one that gives 15% current health damage, that's probably the one you don't want to do if the enemy is like contesting you, right? It's going to be hard to team fight after. So yeah, how do you know which was which? Well, I think the one with the eyeball is the Hunting Baron, the All-Seeing Baron is the one with the horn, and the Garbage Baron is the one that has nothing on it. That's the Territorial Baron, so it makes sense, I guess. That's a difficulty level for you. And then of course Baron stats are probably the same, so we can skip that. Oh, my bad. Apparently All-Seeing Baron is the one with the eye, and the one with the horn is the one you have to look out for. I see. The one with no horn is actually the fine one. Okay, that makes sense. And then top side, it's looking like no one can enter or gank this. There's like literally only one gank path, and that's through this river bush, as you can see here. Yeah, you can't gank any of this, right? It's like insanely hard also. So, and then diving top is like more choreographed, I guess. This is more making it like an island, so it's gonna be very matchup dependent. Hopefully you get your counter pick. This means that top lane should always be 5th pick if you're a drafter, so make sure you get that 5th pick. Mid lane is insanely hard to gank. Like these, it's just made wider, so there's more entrances. There's a little bit more, not really. The entrances like go to their tower. There's only like, there used to be 3 entrances to gank mid on each side, and now there's 2. Looking through this, because the 3rd entrance actually just goes straight to their tower, so it's like kind of screwed. And then bot side, well, it's kind of like top lane. You have this tri-bush still, but then it gets different because there's another gank path where you can go behind. I actually don't know if you go through this little behind this area on purple side, you can get ganked, but this is very different from top side in my opinion. So yeah, purple side versus blue side is gonna matter a little bit. I think purple side might be, I don't know, I'm gonna say purple side might be the weaker side, so it's gonna be a little inflated blue side if you start there. And yeah, there are more bushes in the jungle, like there's a new bush in the river, and that's basically it. You'll get used to it as you play it. Secondly, Inferno Dragon has completely changed. So there's these Inferno Cinders that spawn randomly on the map in small groups, with a higher likelihood of spawning towards the losing team. Interesting, I didn't know that. Picking up a naturally spawned Inferno Cinder grants a small burst of movement speed, and grants an Inferno Cinder stack. These stacks grant 0.3 ability haste per stack, and on death, up to 5 cinders can be maintained. But then most of them are dropped on the ground and the rest being destroyed. But you can accumulate a lot, and then, you know, it'd be kind of OP. Inferno Rift will no longer destroy any walls on the rift. Wei also got 3 armor, by the way. That's the only champion that has been buffed. Every champion is going to be staying the same, so no one's getting nerfed or buffed except Hwei for some reason. Now here's some big jungle changes. Champion bonus damage to non-epic monsters has been reduced from 42% to 25%. I didn't know that there was a champion bonus damage to begin with. but the pet damage per second has gone up based on your level. So I guess it used to do 15.5 plus a bunch of, oh, that's why AD, armor, MR, bonus hit point, but now it goes to 20. In fact, it's actually more buffed, and it goes up to 90. So the more levels you get, well, guess what, the more faster your clear is going to be. It looks kind of OP actually. Pet damage per second cap versus epic monsters is going to be 16 to 40. So it's not going to do that much damage to monsters, but hey. Now big ones are coming. So Riftmaker has been completely changed. Is 80 AP, 15 ability haste, 350 health. Void Corruption, you deal 2% bonus damage, maximum 10%. If you're ranged though, it's only 6%. And you gain 2% of your bonus health as ability power. Now, here's the thing. Oh, strength. Once you get all the stacks of Riftmaker, you get 10% Omni Vamp if you're melee, and 6% ranged if you're, you know, ranged. But you still get the 10% bonus damage on both ranged and melee. This is a great item for like Singed or anyone who does like DOT, although it also is kind of also bad in a way because most DOTs are 33% effective, but I like to use it on someone like Singed, even because you get 10% bonus maximum damage. That's like so nice. The Omni map, I guess you can use it on your other abilities. So maybe on like Gwen, but she's kind of bursty. So yeah, just think of champions that are AP that are in fights very long. Malignance. So this item I think is really good on Swain. Whenever you damage an enemy with your ultimate, burn the ground beneath them for 3 seconds, dealing 60 magic damage every second and reducing their magic resist by 1 per level for as long as they're burning on the ground. And then radius increases based on damage done. Ooh, with a maximum radius of 550. In my opinion, Swain, Fiddlesticks, Nivea, you get the picture. And it gives 20 ability haste for your ultimate, so that's kind of nice. Luden's Companion, this is going to be the new Luden's Echo. How it works is you gain a shot charge every 3 seconds up to 6. Damaging abilities consume all shot charges to deal an additional 40 magic damage to the target, and there's an AP ratio and 1 additional nearby target per charge. So it's literally Luden's Echo. It just works a little bit differently because you have to charge it instead of waiting 10 seconds and using it again. Storm Surge is an item that is probably something you want to get on the 2nd or 3rd item. The other 2 items are good to get like early. This one gives you 100 ability power, 10 M pen, which is very nice. Everyone loves M pen, and 5% movement speed. Also, healing 35% of the champion's maximum health within 3 seconds applies Storm Surge to them and grants the user 25% movement speed. And after 2 seconds, you strike them with lightning, dealing 120 to 260 plus 40% AP max magic damage to them. If they die to lightning or before the lightning strikes, it detonates immediately in a large area around them, and you gain 30 gold. I guess it does AoE if they die to it. But I don't know if it does damage to the people around them, to be honest. That might. It says it detonates, but I'm not too sure. Secondly, though, I will also say there's a 30-second cooldown on it, so don't think of it as an AoE thing. Think of it as a burst thing that helps. Who's it going to be good on? Not good on Karthus because it only works on 1 person. It could be good on Katarina and people who are abusers of Magic Pen. It actually might be good on Brand, by the way, so I'm not too sure, but it could be good on him. I wouldn't say Cassiopeia. It gives movement speed, so maybe. Now, Rocket Belt. Rocket Belt is way cheaper, and it's only going to be used for his dash. This item was very OP because of the Magic Pen it gave, but it doesn't give Magic Pen anymore, and it doesn't give that Mythic passive anymore. So it's still probably going to be good on Cannon. Anyone who needs to gap close, usually it'd be good on like someone like Mord or Sin because of the nice pen, and to like flip and cheese people. But I don't know. I think it's just good on Kennen right at the moment. I have to theory craft some more. It is good on Fiddlesticks. It doesn't get pen though. That's the problem. So I'm not gonna get it on him anymore. But I'd have to theory craft a little bit more to see who. Maybe even Vlad. But actually, because everything Vlad wants, kind of. So yeah, I could work on Vlad. Next up, Haunting Guise is back. For each second in common with enemy champion, you deal 2% bonus damage up to a maximum of 6%. So this is a nice like sustainy fighting item, you know, on Vlad, I guess. And Hextech Alternator, I think it's relatively the same, still does magic damage, so it gives you AP, 1100 gold. The same, still does magic damage, so it gives you AP, 1100 gold. They definitely changed something on it if they listed it. I don't know what it is. Leandra's Torment gives 90 ability power, 308 health, healing damage and abilities causing the burn for 2% maximum health, magic damage per second for 3 seconds. So this does 6% if you have like 1 spell that hits. It's just really nice. And for each second in combat with enemy champions, you deal up to 6% bonus damage, but 2% for each second. This is really good unsinged because he doesn't want mana. So Brand Jungle is better on Brand Jungle, but in like support or ADC, you still need a mana item, but you can live without the mana in the jungle, right? Because of your pet. So actually a lot of buffs. Also Rumble. Hey, Rumble is gonna kick your ass. I'm just saying. Rumble, if he's a laner oh, you're gonna be terrorized. So this is a very insane item for a lot of champions who don't use mana now that they can use it. So we're back, baby, we're back. Horizon's Focus, this is actually super changed. 90 ability power, 20 ability haste. The thing is, when you deal damage with abilities of champions at 7 range or greater, you can reveal them for 6 seconds and you deal a 10% increased damage. And then you reveal all other champions within 1200 range of them for 2 seconds. Oh, I didn't know that. That's new. That is definitely new. But the thing is, CC doesn't work. So there's a champion, I think, well, Lux is probably still going to be good with it. But AP Aurelia used to be really good with this because her E and R would be slowing them and CCing them, but now it doesn't work, so it's not good on AP Aurelia, so unlucky. Seeker's Arm Guard now costs 1600 gold, 45 ability power, 25 armor. It doesn't stack armor or anymore for killing minions, and you get a one-time use to basically use Zhonya's. This is probably good in some scenarios, but trying to stack armor for some reason it's not that good. And also it's a little high cost, 1600, not like 1100, 1200 or whatever it used to be, so watch out for it. It's also Zhonya's, you'll see later, Zhonya's is a buff. It costs a little bit more. Crypto Bloom, 60 ability, 10 ability haste, 30% MPen. It's supposed to be an alternate to Void Staff. Whenever you get a takedown on an enemy champion within 3 seconds of damage, then create a healing nova on their location that heals allies for 50 plus 50% AP ratio, 60-second cooldown. In my opinion, this item is complete trash. It's not that good. You'd rather just go Void Staff. The only champion that I think it is good on is because it's is on Veigar, because he gets a ton of AP. The problem is this is a 60-second cooldown. I would only buy this on Veigar. It's so good utility, but otherwise it's a 60-second cooldown. And it heals your allies for 200, 300. I mean, honestly, it's pretty good for some champions. Like, if you want a Radiant Virtue kind of thing and you want to, like, you know, sustain your champion, there is a situation where you don't want Voice Staff and you just want to sustain fights, right? So it's good in those scenarios, but most part, I think it's a staple on Veigar. Shadow Flame is something that's interesting. 120 AP, 10 MPen. But you can now crit below enemies with 35% health, dealing 20% increased damage. And increases to 30% for damage over time and pet effects. So AZ Tibbers, Alzahar E, Brand deal. I don't know if Brand passive will work, but if it does, I mean, he loves MPen. You can go like Liandry's Shadow Flame. Maybe you need a mana item there somewhere, but if you don't, well, you can just rush these pen items. It's gonna be OP. Also, Liandry's does feel really good. Amplifying Tome, it has gotten a buff. It costs 400 gold instead of 435. Blasting Wand, I don't know why it says 435, but it's the same. It's 850 gold. And okay, this is actually makes no sense. I think Blasting Wand used to be 40 AP instead of 45. Correct me. Seems like Needless Rod has gotten a buff by 10. So mages are just buffed in general. Now that I'm reading these patch notes, mages look so OP. Zhonya's has been increased by 250 gold. Oh my goodness. The ability power has been increased by 40 and armor has been increased by 5, but there's no ability haste. Who cares when you get 40 more AP for 250 gold and armor? This is a very broken item. You're gonna see it a lot. Banshee's Veil, 40 AP for 500 more gold, 5 more MR, no ability haste, grants a spell shield that blocks an estimated ability. 30-second cooldown is restarted when damage is taken from champions. What? Cooldown is restarted when damage is taken from champion. Yo, is this new? I'm not too sure. This is not as good as Zhonya's. In fact, I think this should be like 3000 because we all know how broken the stopwatch is. But it's good if you're against all AP, but otherwise, I would not buy this. This thing costs way too much. Even though it's a good late game item because it gives you 120 AP though. Oh, what the hell? Verdant Barrier is 1800 gold. 40 AP, 30 MR. Oh, it gives you a... Huh? It gives you a spell shield now. Oh, for 1800 gold? And it's a 60-second cooldown. Oh, hey, this is kind of decent, actually. I think you can, for this item, you can just stay on this item if you want some MR and AP. And don't build into Banshees until late game. This is actually insane. Okay. So Verdant Bear looks insane. Archangel is moved, but the mana got increased by 140. More ability haste, all that stuff. Yep. Ability power equal to 2% mana upon taking lethal damage or whatever. Below 30%, you gain a 250 shield plus 20% of your current mana for 3 seconds. Ooh, okay. Nothing too much changed. Rabadon's death cap now gives up 20 more AP just, hey, for free. Unfortunately, you lose 5% of your unique passive. And yeah, I think it's a little nerf, I guess. But honestly, this item, because it says increase your ability power by 35%, I think it's a good 4th item. It's good for 3rd item, but probably like 4%. Void Staff, Lightning Jewel, gives you 80 AP, but it costs 200 more gold. A little delayed power spike, 15 AP. Yeah, it's probably still better. Rod of Ages is a lot cheaper, 2,600 gold. A lot of people are going to be buying this if they can use it. Rise, maybe Nivea, it's going to be nice on it. It gives a little bit less stats, 50 health less, 100 less mana, 10 less ability power, and then remove for every 200 healing and mana restore with eternity. Gain 35% bonus movement speed that decays over 3 seconds. This is probably really a broken passive that got removed. This doesn't actually make any sense. I don't know when it activates, but I forgot it was there. But if it gives the same stats growth, 200 health, 200 mana, and 40 ability power, and then you still get a level, you get a little faster power spike. Honestly, I looked at stats, it's okay. I think this passive is big. So, but you can still get a little early power spike, just a little bit earlier. Catalyst of Aeons hasn't been changed, but it has been given 50 more health. Lichbane, this is 100 more gold, but it gives 50 more AP. And Spell's Blade now grants 50% attack speed when available. I think this buff is actually very nice. And I think the Lichbane part got different. So after using your attack, is enhanced with an additional 75% base AD damage. After using your ability. Okay, so it looks like the base AD has been buffed. Okay, so instead of being 75% a base AD, it's 100. So I don't know what mages have a high base AD, but it's good for them. And it only costs 100 more gold, so who cares? Nashor's Tooth has been reduced by 200 gold and 10 less ability power. Oh, that's it. It's just buffed. This is just a buff. Okay. Cheaper Nashor's Tooth. People who use it are happy. Morellonomicon. Okay. So ability power unchanged, but 800 gold less. New. 15 ability haste. You don't get M-Pen. And you don't get health. But this is really cheap. Although, I don't know the math between getting Oblivion Orb and just staying in Oblivion Orb is good or not. Like, I think buying Oblivion Orb, since you don't need mythics anymore or whatever, you don't need legendaries. I don't know if you should finish into this, because I think there's other items you need to get and you could just stay on Oblivion Orb. Once the stats are really good, then yes, like gold 2, how gold efficient it is. Hullbreaker is just like basically super reworked, because 65 AD, 350 health, 500% movement speed. Every 5th basic attack against champions and epic monsters deal 140% base AD plus 3.5% maximum health damage. Increase to 400 to 200 on structures. Yep, it's a crazy amount. That's a good sieging thing. So who builds health? It's good on Scion, I would say. And whoever else builds health and AD. I don't know who else there is. And the split pushers, obviously. Nearby allied siege minions get 20 to 135 bonus armor and MR. If you're ranged, they get a little bit less though. So unlucky Gnar unless he's Mega Gnar. So Blade of Ruin King, I actually think it's relatively the same, except the ranged part actually has been increased by 1%. So instead of being 8%, it gives 9% current health damage. And then it says, what the hell? Your first basic attack against an enemy champion slows them by 30% for 1 second. So you don't steal their movement speed anymore. You just slow them, and it's only for 1 second. This is actually quite a nerf. It's actually quite a nerf. As yeah, you don't steal it anymore. It used to be really good. I'm pretty sure it also had an effect we also did damage with this when you stole their health, right? So Blade of Ruben King got nerfed. Interesting. Mage, this used to give you health when you damaged an enemy champion, but now it just gives you movement speed. It's like the old Phage and a 15 AD and 200 health, 700 gold, whatever. I don't know, whatever actually. Clips, this is a big change. It doesn't get lethality anymore. It gives you 70 AD, 15 ability haste. I think it used to give you 60 AD and like 12 lethality. So it's like a nerf in a sense. I think it also used to cost 3,000 gold, but the passive actually has been buffed. So when you hit them, you know, the 2-part passive, it deals 8% to 4% maximum health bonus physical damage and grants you a 160 plus 440% bonus AD shield, and then a little bit less if you're ranged. Well, actually not a little bit less, literally half. So I wouldn't get this on ranged champs, it sucks. But on champions like Aatrox, who don't like lethality as much because of their passive, plus W got changed to magic damage, and other champions, it might be really good. And it's good against tank champions because it does percent maximum health damage. So that's gonna be nice. Fear Shojin, 55 AD, it's completely reworked, 3,300 gold, 500 health, that's a lot. 20 ability haste. So hey Jax, what's up? Your non-ultimate spells gain 15 ability haste. Yep. Spell hits grant stacks. Your spells deal 3% increased damage for each stack. So Jax QWE. There's another Heckram. Q. Yep, Q broken. He likes health, he likes ability haste, he likes AD, and he likes ability haste on his non-ultimate. There's also other champions that use Spear Shojin. This actually wouldn't be so good on Jarvan anymore, though, I think, because he doesn't use abilities that much. It looks good on Renekton. QEWE, yep. It could be really good on Renekton, by the way. In fact, it probably is. Especially if Titanic doesn't give you AD based on hit point anymore, but he does have a triple auto passive. You'll see the Titanic. Ravenous Hydra got its like carnivore passive removed. So you won't be getting, I think it's 80 AD. It gave you 80 AD before. Now it gives only 70. So a little nerf there. But it has the old time at active back. So it depends on how you see it. It could be a little nerfed though in some sense. But if you died a lot, it's actually a buff. That's good, I guess. I think it might cost a little more. I'm not too sure. Titanic Hydra, 30 AD, 450 health, 20 ability haste. Basic attacks deal 1.5% maximum health to your target and 3% to other enemies in a cone on hit. Leaves damage also applies to structures. Okay. On your next, and you have an active, the old Titanic active. Your next attack will deal 6% maximum bonus physical damage to your target. 9%. Just think of it as auto attack reset. So it's basically quadruple of the passive. Big burst, looking good on Scion. Maybe it's good on Cho'Gath. I don't know. Who else builds health? I completely forgot. But yeah, Scion is gonna like this item for sure. Maybe he'll miss the old one, but it doesn't give free AD anymore. It could also be good on Renekton, but we'll see. I don't think he autos too much. It could be also good with the Shojin Titanic Hydra Jax gameplay. Like he can just go a lot of health. Sterax even added in there, and then he's just an on-hit machine. On-hit. Just think on-hit tanky. I don't know. I think Jax is like the fastest. Maybe he'll go Lethal Temple 2 with it. Like that's gonna be a little broken. Hi, Matt. Yep, active is back. That's about it. Heartbound Axe, I think it used to do more. I think it used to give you movement speed. Just now it gives you 25% attack speed, 20 AD. And Stridebreaker, 50 DAC damage, 20% attack speed, 400 health, active. It slows them, but then you gain 30% movement speed per champion hit that decays over 3 seconds. And then dealing, yeah, it's basically the same. It actually has a buff in it. So you get movement speed when you hit the active. Kind of nice. Cerebranto Hex Plate gives you 55 AD, 20% attack speed, 300 health, gain 30 ultimate ability haste. After casting your ultimate, gain 35 attack speed and 15% bonus movement speed for 7 seconds. That bonus movement speed is really good on champions like Vayne, who want to go extremely hardcore on their ultimate, but honestly on Vayne, third item, second item, it's looking really broken. Sundered Sky, this is the new Sunderer. That's why it's called like that. 55 AD, 300 health, 15 ability haste. The first attack against a champion will critically strike and heal for 140 base AD, plus 6% of their missing health. By the way, this is 100% healing. So, and it's also per champion. It's a 6%, it's a 6-second cooldown, and it's really broken on Aatrox. So you can heal a lot in a team fight with this because it's 100% effective healing for this first auto attack. And you can do it after 6 seconds again. Per target. It's even though Sunder's removed, this looks really, really good. And then they got Tunneler and Steel Sigo. No one cares about these little components. They're there. Wit's End has gone through big changes. 400 less gold, but 15% more attack speed, more MR, but you get 0 AD, but you get 20% tenacity. And the same movement. Oh, wait. Oh, you don't get movement speed anymore. You don't get movement speed anymore. Unlucky. Triforce has gotten 5 more AD. I don't remember if Sheen was 1.5 seconds. I think it was, but I think the Spellblade is the same. It could have had, no, it looks the same. It doesn't say unchanged, but I think something has changed. Could be. The attacking unit grants 20 movement speed for 2 seconds, and 3-fold strikes, giving you more base AD or AD, has been removed. So, in my opinion, Triforce has been a little nerfed. I don't know if, yeah, this is definitely a little nerf. Black Cleaver sucks now, by the way. It says it gives 5 more AD and 10% or 10 more less ability haste. Problem is, it only reduces armor by 4% instead of 5%, so it's going to be 24% instead of 30%. And yeah, it's only 100 gold cheaper. I don't know. It's all right. I think you only build it if there's actual armor stackers. You don't just build it every game now. Sterak's also got tenacity and 50 less health, but a little broken. No, 20% tenacity for free. You actually can go CDR boots with this. Oh my, let's have fun with that. Hollow Radiance. This is a new Sunfire item. Let's think of it as Sunfire, but for magic resist. The only difference is when you kill an enemy, deal 20 plus 3.5% bonus health magic damage in the air around them. I think it's good for split push. It's really good for split push. It's a better wave clear than Sunfire, I think. But I don't know. How would you just build this against like magic damage? It's like whatever. It's probably good against Neferi or someone who spawns like Yorick ghouls maybe. But we'll see. I wouldn't build it against Yorick though. It gives MR. Unending Despair. What this does is while in combat with champions, every 7 seconds, heal 30 to 50 damage based on level, plus bonus health, magic damage to nearby enemy champions within 650 units, healing for 250% of damage dealt. Wow, wait. I've never used this item or seen it, but this actually looks very broken. And you guessed it, Scion. We'll see. Actually, it looks insane. This is like Jack Show. Oh wait, I remember. Yeah, it's the Jack Show passive, I think that's what it is. I think Jack Show doesn't exist. Connect Rukin is... Hey man, this is a very broken if they're all AP. After not taking damage from champions for 12 seconds, in a magic shield for 20% of your maximum health. If they are 4 or 3 AP, you buy this item on any champion, they are donezo. Like seriously, they just lose. It's so broken. Our Steel is back, but obviously I think they did nerf it a little bit. Charge up in same thing. Charge attack deals 100 damage plus 10% of health from items. Huh? Wait, 10% from items, not bonus health like Scion. Okay. Grants you 12% of that value as permanent maximum health. Oh, okay. Interesting. For each 100% maximum health, Gain up to 3% size of 30%. Okay, well, at least you're gonna be big. Gonna be good on for some content. Trailblazer, only knows as speed with friends. While moving, build up to 20% bonus movement speed on maximum stacks. Leave a trail. It raises allied champions movement speed by 15% of your movement speed. Next attack discharges built up movement speed for melee champions. Top speed attack also slows the target by 50% for 1 second. I think this is probably going to be good on like Bard or something. It gives our health, armor, and movement speed, and it helps your like allies move around the map. I definitely think it's probably good on Bard. I mean, maybe on Leona too. Not too sure. Zeke's Convergence has gotten kind of different. When you cast your ultimate, gain an ice storm around yourself for 5 seconds. Storm deals 50 magic damage per level or per second, and slows enemies inside for 30%. I think this is a crazy. It's 2,200 gold, and it's crazy on people like Amumu. It's very cheap. I think you should get it on champions who like this is a great first item. But yeah, just champions who want to destroy people for 50 magic damage per second. I'm thinking Amumu. Maybe you can get on Leona, but I like it's just stuck on Amumu at the moment. Locket. See, health. Same thing. 10 less ability haste. Gives allies 200 360 shield. Decays. Then no more giving them free armor and MR. No more Aegis to the Legion. Warmog, 100 more gold, 50 less health. I mean, yeah. Gives you movement speed, no ability haste. Yo, what has changed? This thing sucks. You restore health per second. You haven't been damaged in 6 seconds. Yeah, it's the same. If you have at least 1,300 health. Oh, what the hell? Restore health per second and gain 10% movement speed if damage hasn't been taken within 6 seconds. Oh, this is actually good for moving around. So if you need mobility, this actually looks pretty good. But I don't know who would get it because it still kind of sucks. Kind of interested. It's like people who want to go in and then get poked out and then come back in and rotate. Here we go. Oh, Jack Show's been kind of different. 100 less health, 20 armor, more MR, no ability haste. Oh, this passive better be good. For each second combat, gain a stack up to 5 stacks at maximum stacks. Become empowered, increasing your bonus resist by 30% until end of combat. It's just like a, I don't know, it kind of sucks to be honest. I don't think it's actually that good. I think it might be good on like Cassante, but that's kind of it. Yeah, I'm not liking it too much, but could probably be good on Ramus too. Yeah, okay. Dead Man's Plate. Everything has been unchanged. Yep, build up to 40 movement speed. Oh wait, it has been changed. Okay, while moving, your next discharge. Wait, it doesn't slow anymore. Oh, but here we go. No, wait, it doesn't slow anymore. New passive. The strength of movement slowing effects on you is reduced by 30%. Oh, it just has Swifty's passive now. That's crazy, actually. Okay. Does it get this when you're against a bunch of slows, like even Nasus? What the hell? This looks really good. It's actually insane. Okay. Anduins. Let's see. Anything unchanged? 5 less armor. Here we go. Oh. Critical strikes deal 30% less damage to you. Okay, just buy this when you're against crit. That's about it. Force of Nature. Nothing's been unchanged except... Okay, here we go. Taking magic damage from enemy champions. Grant a stack of Steadfast for 7 seconds. Enemy immobilizing grant 2 stacks. 1 spell. And then a new... Okay. All at 8 stacks. You get 70 magic resist and 10% movement speed. Okay, just so you get Force of Nature and the other one, the Kaneki thing. Oh my god, that's a little insane. Like they can't even walk. Anyone with a magic damage can't even walk. Ice Point Gauntlet, 400 less gold, but 100 less health and 5 less ability haste. I think the biggest thing that got changed was that enemies now now don't deal reduced damage against you. So I don't like it as much. But I'm gonna look to see if they buffed it a bit. Anywhere. Yeah, instead of 15% slow, it's a 20% slow. But it's, yeah, you still scale with health on it. Okay, so the slows actually has been increased. Yeah, that's about it. It's just cheaper, but you don't get that 10%. I don't know if I like it. Simple Winter has been buffed, 200 less gold. I mean, hey, combine this only with Frozen Heart. That's about it. That's it. Sunfire, 50 less health. Whoa. Okay, so it deals 3 less damage. And check something. I think it's just 3 less damage. Yep. Yep. Yep, it's just 3 less damage. Okay. Interesting. So Knight's Vow, 50 less health, 20 more armor, no base health regen. Frozen Heart looks broken. Holy crap. 400 less gold, 20 less armor. It doesn't matter. The passive is very broken. Where it like destroys your attack speed. This is an insane item to get now. 20 armor less, who cares? That is like, yeah, I mean, this is like more than a cloth armor's worth. Okay, Voltaic Cyclosword. This is the old Dustblade, but moving and attacking regenerate energized attack dashes and stealth stack energized 75% faster. Unless you have a big, large dash or stealth, this is actually whatever. I tried it on Riven, and once you get your 1 spell rotation, like you can't get 2 procs of this in a single team fight. It's way too hard. You have to wait a bit. But you also deal 100% or 100 bonus physical damage and slow them for 99%. I don't know. It'd be good on Rengar though. I think it's probably good on Rengar to rush it. But I mean, it doesn't give too much AD, you know? Like it doesn't get too much AD. You have Profile Hydra, new item, 60 AD, 80 lethality, 20 ability haste, and gives you 80 total attack damage to physical enemies. This damage is increased to 120% if they're below 30%, and has a new passive cleave. You know, time at, but for assassins. Good on Rengar. Yep, good on Rengar. This item is called Hubris. 60 AD, 18 lethality, 15 ability haste. When you kill an enemy, you're granted a statue yourself. And what this statue does is when a champion that you have damaged within the last 3 seconds dies, you gain 10 AD plus 1 per statue, and attack damage for 60 seconds. I think this is good for assassins who can like get a kill and then enter another team fight in 60 seconds, but it's like so gimmicky. I don't think anyone will buy it. I think someone like Kiana might buy it because they can like one shot, or even Kha'Zix. I think Kha'Zix could buy this, but this thing sucks. It's too gimmicky. Okay. 55 AD, 18 lethality, 6 movement speed, new opportunity. After being out of combat within champions for 8 seconds, gain 5 to 10 lethality. It's just basically, and it only lasts for 3 seconds. So it's good to prep yourself. I think it's actually good. And it's a cheap item. If a champion dies within 3 seconds of damaging them, gain 150 decaying movement speed for 1. Like, it's actually really good. It's a nice extra lethality, and it's good for being before a team fight. I think a lot of people will probably buy this once they realize how good it is compared to some of the others. Because the other items are actually really expensive and don't give you too much stats. Like, why would I ever buy Hubris over Opportunity? This one gives me like free 5 to 10 lethality. There's this item, I don't know. It's just an item component. Brutalize is back, 25 AD, and ability haste, 18 lethality. I don't think it's as good as before, but it's still good. And then Grudge has gotten a decent rework, like a pretty big one, 45 AD. Gives you lethality now and gives you ability haste. And now it gives you 20% lethality armor penetration, depending on how, and also gives you bonus % armor penetration based on how much lethality you have. This is like a better, if you have 2 lethality, this one counts as a lethality item too. If you have 2 lethality items, this I think could be good. you definitely need to have it against like 100 people with like 100 armor. This could be a good second or third, depending on how much armor they have. Definitely a third item. I think a lot of people will get this. Oh, serrated dirt got nerfed. Kind of. 5 less AD, not really. Ghost blade. No ability haste. Oh, that's actually a 400 gold less. Oh. And the spectral shard mechanic has been removed. So the spectral shard mechanic is now on opportunity, right? So that's that makes sense. Yes. Also, the smooth speed has been reduced by 5% that you get when you use the active. Overall, it's a nerf in my opinion. I think only some people will get it, and it's not as powerful as before, but that's okay. I think Axiom Arc has been changed. See here, let me do it. Okay. Okay, so I think whenever you get a reset, you refund 10 plus 30% of your lethality instead of 0.4% per one lethality. I don't know the math behind this, but I'm guessing it's like maybe it's a buff. I'm not sure. Emerald Glaive has been increased by 300 gold. 2 more lethality. Oh. But here we go. So it's when you're hitting wards, it's actually 3 for melee and 2 for ranged champions. So this is actually, oh, this actually could be really insane on melee champs if they want to be a ward clear. And for the supports, I think supports will still get it though, like Pike and Senna. That's it. Serpent's Fang, it 100 gold less. Oh wow, there's 100 gold less. Who cares? Terminus. I don't know if this item is going to be good. 40 AD, 30 attack speed, gives you 30 magic damage on hit. But it all, the thing is, gives you 3 to 5 armor. Per on hit up to 5 stacks. It also gives you 6 armor to 6 armor pen and magic pen for up to 30%. But the thing is, you all have to alternate, and to get the full effects of this, it takes 10. Like it takes 10 on hit. This is actually good on Belveth. I think it's really good on Belveth, but for everyone else, it's insanely hard to do. I don't think it's even good on Kog'Maw. There's no way Kog'Maw will hit someone in a team fight 10 times. And if he did, I mean, he will, but the team fight's probably over at that point. He'll like I don't know who this would be good on except Belveth, because her Q procs it, her E procs it really fast. And her autos proc it. But I don't know who would be at it. They also changed how Kunzu's works. Critical strike conversion has been removed, and yeah, that's basically it. What else did they change? I guess the pen you got, because it's not a mythic anymore. At least it's 200 gold less. Yep, and basic attack still grants you 32% attack speed. Okay, sure. What the hell is this? Anthem hit synergy with Kraken Slayer has been reintroduced. Did you find out about Action? I talks with him. Infinity Edge, just 5% critical damage less, but it costs 100 gold less. Don't know if it's gonna be good. 5 AD less on Navori, 100 gold less. 15% ability haste. I don't know what that is about. Oh, I see. I think this is new. I don't know if it's actually new. But instead of it doing 15% of the remaining cooldown, it's now 12%. I'd say it's a nerf. This is a huge nerf, unless this was here before. GA, 5 more armor, and more AD. But well, they just buffed every part of Guardian Angel. Oh, maybe because it doesn't build from Zonia's anymore. You can't get a stopwatch in it. Oh wait, there's a stopwatch. Oh, there's none. Yeah, there's no stopwatch. That's why they buffed it. That's why. Mortal Shield Bow gives you 2% more lifesteal. But now, oh wow, it gives you 30 more health on the shield. Okay, cool. Oh, except attack speed bonus on triggering life, the shield has been removed, so that's why they kind of buffed it. I think no one cared about the attack speed buff too much, so actually it'd be good. Kraken has gotten 5% more attack speed, and yeah, that's it. It's buffed. 5 more AD on Lord Doms. Oh, this has gotten a nerf for like people against people with health. So instead of doing 22% bonus damage, it does 15%. Also, it's only physical damage, by the way. It's not magic damage anymore. Oh wow. But yeah, it's gonna be worse against tanks. Yep, that's about it. Phantom Dancer, 5% less attack speed, 3% more movement speed, and read this. Oh, it gives you 5% more attack speed on the passive. That's cool. It's completely unchanged. I mean, it just gives you 3% more movement speed. Who cares? I like it. 5% more attack speed on rapid fire cannon. Oh, that's it. Yep, that's it. Oh, this. Oh, here we go. Okay, static shiv. Oh, only hits 6 targets. That's it. It just got nerfed again. And there's no more AP ratio. Who's gonna buy this? It used to do 12 targets. Now it does 6. Ooh, this sucks. Just remove this. I don't know why they keep it. 5 more attack damage on Storm Razor for 100 more gold. 5 more AD on Collector for free. Okay. Essence Reaver costs 100 more gold, but like nothing changed. Support items. Okay, the big one is this World's Atlas. I need to talk about this. Basically, you gain a charge every 18 seconds. It's like a Relic Shield and Spectral Sickle combined. Basically, the only way to proc it is you damage enemy champions, and it grants you 30 to 28. But if you kill a minion, it gives you 20 gold. The nearest allied champion gets the same amount of gold they would have received had they killed the minion. But the thing is, you can't do this trick where you go and attack a tower or a champion before 130, so you can get a free refillable. So that's completely out. Also, there's not 4 items anymore. There's just this item, so you can only get this. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know if it's better to hit a champion or to get a minion. I guess if it really depends on the situation. So here we go. The new 4 items for support. There's a bunch of stats, but what you care about is the item, how it works, right? Okay, let's see. Oh, I guess this just upgrades from World Atlas. Yeah, I see. Okay, you get the quest. Yeah, okay. I see what happens. Okay. Here it is. So yeah, it's just like upgrade. But then you finally get to pick what kind of blessing you get. So this blessing that you get is going to be become blessed to reduce incoming damage from champions by 35%, 25%, and it lingers for 2 seconds after taking damage from a champion. When the shield breaks, release a shockwave around you that blows nearby enemies by 50%. Oh, hi Leon. Okay, this is broken. For 1.5 seconds. Oh my goodness. Okay, that is very broken. 35% reduction. You get a free Alistair ult. Level 1. For 2 seconds. Okay. Slowing or immobilizing enemy champion grants you and a nearby ally within lowest amount of health, 120 bonus health, and 90% movement speed for 4 seconds with a 20-second cooldown. This is alright, I guess. I don't know who it's gonna be good on, but 90% movement speed. That's actually decent to like kite around. Okay, I see. Spellblade Bloodsong. After using an ability, your next attack is enhanced with an additional 150% base AD on hit. 1.5 seconds. If the target is a champion, apply Expose Weakness and increase the damage you take by 12% melee or 8% range for 6 seconds. Okay. What's a support that uses Spellblade? I don't know. And also you can apply this to a lot of people. If you're a Sheen procer, right? Senna. Senna looks good with this, I think. Could be. Maybe even Lulu. Oh, definitely Sona. You have to buy this on Sona. Holy crap. Maybe even Janna. Probably not, though. Gain a blue dream maker, gain a blue drop bubble and a purple dream bubble every 8 seconds, healing shielding another ally, close both dream bubbles and then powers in 3 seconds. Blue bubble reduces 140 incoming damage on the next hit. Purple bubble grants 90 bonus magic damage on the next hit. This is kind of whatever. This kind of sucks actually compared to the other ones we've seen. Even Solace kind of, I mean, the Solace gives you movement speed for 4 seconds and it doesn't decay. And then you got Realm Spike. Dealing ability damage to a champion causes an explosion at their current location. Damage the end target and nearby enemies, dealing 50 plus 3% maximum health damage. Whoa. Whoa, this is good for tank shredding. Okay. I would probably get this for, yeah, tank shredding. Okay, cool. Then a bunch of enchanter items. So, new thing that happens. Dawn Core. Gain 3% heal and shield power and 5 ability power for 100% magic base mana regen. So, enchanter item. Then you get 18 summoner spell haste for free. Actually looks really strong. Definitely something to keep an eye on for your enchanters. Echoes of Helia. Let's see. Oh, now instead of 2 shards, it's 3 shards. And then it actually got changed. Healing Shielding Ally uses all shards and restores 20, deals 50 magic damage per shard to nearest enemy champion. Passive Dissonance has been removed, but it doesn't scale anymore. This thing sucks. I would never buy it. It costs 100 less gold. Gives you 10 more ability power and 5 more ability haste, but it kind of sucks. Okay. Staff of Flowing Water costs 200 more mana regen. So get this before that one item. Like really good. High ability power. Free ability haste. The movement speed has been gone. Ooh. Healing or shooting out. Okay, let me see. So it used to give you 30 to 45 ability power and 20 ability haste, but now it gives you just 30 ability power and 10% movement speed. Both champions. Oh, it looks pretty powerful. 10% movement speed is a lot. Okay. 50 mana regen on Ardent Sensor. 15 ability power. 3% more movement speed. And then this gives you 5% more attack speed. And 5 more magic damage. Okay, it's just a buff. Oh my god. Thorn's Blade is now lifesteal and it gives you 3.5%. No more Omnivamp. Let's see. For the Dorn's Ring, hitting a champion doesn't do anything anymore. So that sucks. Yep, that sucks. Dorn's Ring just got a nerf. No Dorn Shield. No Dorn Shield nerfs, actually. Dorn Shield might be broken. New rune is here. Replace Stopwatch. Your first one at level 3 gives you 5 true damage against monsters. I guess it really... Oh, it gives you 40 gold though. That's nice. At level 6, you get an Elixir of Force, which gives you 20 Adaptive Force. So when you all in the enemy, I guess you would just pop it. Sure. I wouldn't rely on, like, you know, it being like the thing that turns the table, but it gives you at least the power. It's 60 seconds too. If you really need lane pressure, it's time to use it. Or a team fight's happening, right? You can actually save it for a team fight if you really want to. Unuse, and then at level 9 you just get a free skill point. I think there's the big ones we have to look at. Inner Tower health has been increased by 400 health. Inhibitor Tower has been increased by 200 health. So just towers in general have been increased. 300 health more in the Nexus. But I think the Backdoor bonus now reduces true damage to towers rather than nullifying it entirely. Interesting. Back damage reduction amount has been increased to 80%. Okay. We do need minions now. Then some rank changes. New. Oh. Okay, just like some rank changes. Let me check. Overall, new emeralds. They're gonna make emerald a little bit smaller. Sure. Visible rank distance. You guys can read this if you really want to, but they're helping some players apparently, like their LP gains, right? So yeah, not a lot of minus 26 plus 20. Then you can do fist bumps, right? Ooh, what happens when you fist bump? Ooh. Oh. Just cute. It's just something cool. I guess you gotta do like Sure, whatever. You can fist bump people now. There's some dynamic music you can do, and I guess that's cool. In-game quests. I need to show you guys some in-game quests. These are the best ones. So somehow Wei and Jin are related. I didn't know. Wei and Jin must be opposing teams, must be both at least level 12. If Jin wins, I think he just has to kill each other using their ultimate ability. Okay, he then earns 4 lethality. Oh, if Wei wins, he then gets 3% magic pen. Okay, that was lame. Belveth. Okay, here we go. So if Jax kills each other, Belveth, he gets 0 to 1% attack speed based on level for each stack he has, which he gets 5, and 5 more stacks each time he scores a takedown in Belveth. Oh, it's basically infinite scaling. Okay, so he can get 5 to 10% attack, or like 5% attack speed per takedown. But if Belveth kills him, killing Jax will drop a Void Coral that grants Belveth her extended and powered true form. Oh, that's actually kind of OP. Okay, yeah, this is actually a lot better, because then you have it for 180 seconds instead of 60 seconds. Damn. Alright, Nasus and Renekton. Winner, they just have to kill each other. Okay. All your ultimate abilities on. The winner of Bad Blood will become 10% larger, and its duration is increased by 10%. Oh, okay. The loser will... While the loser's increased ultimate size would just make them smaller. That actually is kind of a nerf, I guess. And then Shen and Zed. Let's see. Gets to take down Zed before Zed kills 2 of Shen's nearby allies. Zed will prevail if he kills 2 of Shen's nearby allies. Okay. Without being taken by Shen. If Shen defeats Zed, the shield from his key barrier will become 30% stronger. If Zed wins, his passive ability will deal an additional 2% maximum health damage. Okay, whatever. Okay, this is a huger buff than everyone else. I don't know why everyone else has like a for fun quest, but then the Zed and Shen one is actually OP. And there's ARAM. Who cares about ARAM? Aggression. Game spectator changes. Ooh, there's team fight tactics. Spectate? I didn't know this. Mythic shop. Duel changes. And then new skins. Yep, new skins, and that's it. Okay, that was like an hour of doing that. That was so fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it.